Welcome to FinanceFeeds podcasts. FinanceFeeds is the world's premier interactive Forex industry news source, providing the latest insights and current affairs from within the online trading industry worldwide. Enjoy our latest podcast episode. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of FinanceFeeds podcasts. My name is Nikolai Isayev. Joining me today on episode 33 is Francois Albessard, who is owner and CEO at Traders Education. Francois, welcome to our podcast. Thanks for joining me today.
Hello, Nikolai. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure to have you on our show. I wanted to say that, perhaps some of our listeners might not be familiar with you or your background. And I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about your professional history in sales roles and really what led you to become the owner of Traders Education a little over a year ago.
Yes, sure. So originally I'm from Belgium, but I moved to Cyprus in 2014, 10 years ago for a student exchange. And I had my first working experience in 2017. Back then, I was working in sales in online advertising. It was quite a big company, and it was the first experience. I was surrounded by great people, and I had a chance to learn a lot about sales. But that company was already a perfectly working machine. And after 2 years in that company, I wanted to take up another challenge and maybe join a smaller project, a smaller team, and really feel that I can make an impact as part of the team. So I had this opportunity at Traders Education. We sat down with the CEO. I liked his vision and I decided to join the company then 5 years ago. It was in June 2019 as a sales manager. It's been 5 years now, but it's true the first years at Traders Education, we did a lot of different things. The project was not always that stable. We learned a lot. So we tried a few different projects such as prop trading and a B2C academy. It didn't always work as we wanted, but working with different people, sometimes more sales oriented, working with a sales team in a call center or working with more marketing oriented people, that helped me gain a lot of knowledge and experience. And this saying that sometimes when you lose, you win. And that's my feeling about the first years at Traders Education. But the B2B side of the project was always active and working. And at the end of the COVID period in 2022, I realized that the previous owners, back then, Traders Education was part of a bigger group of companies. And I understood that the owners were open to a potential acquisition. We were working with our team, 6 people in the team, and we sat down together and we started negotiating with the previous owners, and everything happened smoothly. They made things easy for us to continue the project, and that's how the acquisition happened. So it's true, I became the CEO of the company at the beginning of 2023. It's been a year and a half now, and that's how things happened. It's important to highlight that it's also a team effort because the rest of the team was behind me when this happened, and probably on my own I wouldn't have done it. It was a really big challenge. We knew the situation of the company back then was not at the best, and we had a lot of work in front of us. So when I also understood that the whole team was behind it and was behind the project, it was much easier to proceed and to go ahead.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned that you had these learning curves where you tried to launch several products or services and maybe some of them didn't work out, but in the process of working on them and trying to bring them to market, you learned a lot of valuable things that are now helping you to grow Traders Education in its new shape and form today. And I would venture to guess that for you personally, this was quite maybe a difficult choice to make and personal choice, to invest yourself in this project further or fully commit to this project, not just as an employee or a team member, but as someone who is taking the reins of the company and really focusing on where to take it next.
Yeah, that's right. But everything happened step by step. It's true, I joined the company and I didn't know anything about the industry. From the beginning, I had always really good feelings. I liked what I was doing. I liked, for example, working in Limassol, where we have this Forex hub, meeting people and growing in this small Forex world that we have in Limassol was something really nice.
Traders Education has historically been focused really solely on trader education with video tutorials, e-guides, and similar content. But I know that now you've expanded into new verticals. And I wanted to ask you to speak about first the revamped educational offering at Traders Education that's available for brokers and clients, and then really to speak about the new verticals that you have released or that are upcoming.
So yeah, that's true. Traders Education was founded about more than 10 years ago by Ran Cohen. And back then, the slogan of the company was watch, learn, and trade. Now, this slogan, we cannot keep this slogan anymore because there is much more than video courses, but we will get back to those tools and new verticals later. About the renewal of the Video Academy and of the courses and educational offering that Traders Education provides, the content we had a few years ago became a little bit obsolete. Obviously, we are in an industry which is fast changing. The crypto vertical can be a really good example. Things are changing really fast. So we realized and we understood that our content needed to be replaced. And it's something we started doing a year ago in 2023, where we replaced all the courses for beginners to teach people with zero experience what are the different asset classes and trying to explain all the basics related to trading. This year, I met someone called James Trescothick, who is an experienced mentor, trading mentor. He worked with a few different brokers, and we decided to work together on the more advanced courses, so market analysis, trading strategies, etc. James is an incredible storyteller. When I met him, we were in the process of working on our ebooks. One of the ebooks was Trading Psychology, and I was struggling to understand all the concepts of trading psychology. And when we met, he started talking about it, and I found him really captivating, the way he was talking and the way he was explaining things. And this really motivated me to start some projects together. So this year, we are working on more advanced courses, and we are trying to combine three important factors. And the first one, it's the audio factor, with working with James for the voiceovers. So he is a great storyteller and he makes a complicated topic easy to follow and easy to understand. Then our designer is working on the visual part to illustrate the audio. And finally, we are also adding more keywords on the courses to help students remember all the key aspects of the courses. So this is our new vision when it comes to the academy and video courses.
Great. And can we speak about the new verticals and the strategy behind building them out as a service for the brokerage industry today? For example, can you talk more about essential tools and branded daily news?
Yes, of course. So Traders Education provides brokers and trading academies with three verticals. The first one is the academy. We have already talked about that. And then there are two other verticals, the trading tools and the market news. In the trading tools, you will find tools such as the economic calendar. So the economic calendar provides economic data and important macroeconomic data, because this data has an impact on market volatility, obviously, and it's essential for traders to use an economic calendar. So this is one of the tools we provide. We also added recently trading calculators with currency converter, margin, or for example, to help traders place their stop loss and take profits. So that's why we are offering those calculators. And finally, a market watch, which provides traders with live pricing on various asset classes, asset families. So every morning when they connect, they can check the latest price fluctuations, see what happened in the last 24 hours, and always keep an eye on the whole market. So that's about our trading tools. And we also have market news. This is a most recent project and more recent vertical for us. Those trading news, they include the news feed, the text news feed, but also video news. We have a team working, and they are dedicated to create video news on a daily basis. Those news, it's extremely useful for traders because they get up in the morning and they can watch the news and be updated with all market stories. Obviously, in the news, we are mentioning mostly top movers or more popular assets, such as, I don't know, the most common currency pairs, the most common stocks, Apple, Tesla, etc. But it's something that traders can watch and use on a daily basis to be updated with the market. We realized also that from the video news, we could decline this product into different products. For example, newsletters or news for social media, Instagram stories, etc. So it's something that we are continuously working on, and we are trying to develop this news vertical at Traders Education.
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting that you mentioned social media. I feel like That's something that's been discussed quite heavily lately in the in the marketing engagement, trader engagement, and content sort of side of things. When you think about traders and how much time do they have to watch a video or see a piece of content, right? To me, it seems like the attention span of traders and just people that are online on social media and things like that, their attention span is quite short, right? And it seems like you really need to find ways to try and engage them very, very quickly and upfront with whatever content you are producing. And it seems like, to me, video content and digital content seems to be one of the approaches or avenues that companies are trying to take for the future in terms of engaging traders.
Yeah, that's right. But it's also important to provide the right type of content at the right moment to the right person. And so we mentioned Instagram, and we realized that we tried to create daily video news on Instagram, but the attention span of users was really short. So we couldn't provide 3 minutes or 1 minute video news on Instagram because we saw that the engagement was really low. So when it comes to providing news through social media, we would rather work with stories and with Instagram stories that last for 10 or 15 seconds. Reels, it's a different type of content, so maybe more educational content that can be offered through Reels. But yeah, when it comes to news, we prefer different formats, as short as possible, always something like 10, 15 seconds, and we see that it's working much better.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. So, Francois, these days brokers are trying to conquer new markets and reach new traders in regions like the Middle East and Latin America. What can traders education offer in terms of localizing the educational, analytical, and news content that's available to brokers and their traders today?
So traders education already is translated in many languages, and Arabic, Spanish, Portuguese for the Middle East and for Latin America. We are already offering content in those languages, and it's been a while now. We realized through some of our partners that, for example, Iran is an emerging market and is something very interesting for us. One of our designers is based in Iran, and we are trying to develop this market. So when we realize that there is an important demand in Iran, for instance, we are going through the whole product. We are translating it entirely, including the economic calendar, the name of the events, all the columns, the calculators, etc. And we are trying to provide the whole product in a specific language. So we are very lucky that we have a team working from Iran, and we are able to do that with locals for that language. It also happens that there is not only the Middle East and Latin America. Some of our partners have interest in Nordic countries, and they requested us to offer the product in Nordic countries, for example, Norwegian or Swedish. Translating content, especially trading content in those languages, is really difficult. It's not easy to find the right partners to translate educational trading content into those languages. So in this case, we would also work together with the broker, with our partners, and try to provide the most accurate translation and the most accurate content as possible. So if we don't have someone from our team who has a good knowledge of the language, or if we are not able to find the right translator for any specific language, we will try to work together with the broker and eventually provide the proper translation.
Interesting, very cool. So, am I understanding correctly that really it depends on the needs of the brokers who would come to you and say that they would like some of your research or some of your services to be localized in their language? So really here, it is a matter of finding partners to be able to facilitate the work, but it's my understanding that really the sky's the limit here. So you can localize many of these services in many different languages depending on the broker's needs.
Yeah, that's right. And over the years, we built a network of people in a lot of different countries, and we know that we have trusted partners when we need to translate or to provide content in any specific language. So it's not we'll build this portfolio of people over the years, those contacts, we are using it, and it's true. Yeah, if we face issues with any specific language, we will work together with the broker.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering, does the traders education sort of ecosystem enable brokers to collect any kind of data or analytics from their clients that are using, let's say, the educational offering? Maybe some statistics on engagement in terms of if they're trading on a live account or if they're trading on a demo account. And
that's a good question. And providing analytics tools to brokers is something we would love to do, but it's not a product that is available at the moment. The benefits of providing analytics to brokers is it's very interesting in a sales and in a marketing perspective, because we could really learn about traders' interests. We could monitor how much time they spend on the Video Academy, which courses they are watching, which asset classes they are interested in, or for example, if they are watching platform tutorials, it means that the trader might have issues understanding and how to use the trading platform, any trading platform. So if we collect this information, then once the broker is in touch with the trader, it might help a lot to understand the interests of the trader and where the trader is facing difficulties. So it's something we would like to develop as well, but it's still a little bit early for us. Now, when it comes to user engagement and the use of education and its relation with the performance of the trader when the trader is trading real funds, it's difficult to provide accurate information. I think that education is just a piece of the puzzle. It's where all traders and all beginners should start, but there is much more than that. After education, we would always suggest traders to use a demo account and to practice what they learned, to test different strategies and to use a demo account. And then also to learn how to use different tools when they are taking decisions, to practice market analysis, etc. So yeah, education is, in my opinion, a piece of the puzzle, but not the only one. And for this reason, it's really difficult to calculate and to understand the role of education. It's difficult to calculate and really to estimate the impact of education when it comes to trading on a real account. No, unfortunately, it's not available right now. So we really want to develop that, but it's not easy, because it means that traders education should be able to track the user journey on the academy, on the education portal, and how we collect data and how we are providing it to the broker. It's something which is very complicated. So we are we are trying to develop it, but it's not available yet, and we want to do it in the right way.
I think that makes total sense. I would actually suggest to think about some sort of tokenization or maybe coding or something. In other words, where the customer can be identified in the broker's ecosystem, not through an email address, but just through a specific combination of letters and numbers, like a code, yeah. and then be identified the same way in your ecosystem. And so you do put two and two together. You just don't necessarily do it through email, which is the issue.
It could be also the client ID, right? Because with the client ID, as a traders education, we wouldn't be able to do anything critical, I would say. So besides the email address, there are a few other options, and we are looking at them.
Francois, is there anything else that you wanted to tell us about the future of traders education and maybe some new services that might be coming down the road later this year?
Yes, so we have just launched a completely updated version of the product in terms of designs. We changed the look of the product, and even if the content is the same, the look has improved a lot. We are very happy about that. And we are also developing now podcasts, and we would like to add podcasts on the product, because obviously with the Video Academy, we give access to a lot of different topics. Now with the new courses, we also provide more accurate and longer lessons to traders. But still, with the Video Academy and with video courses, it has some limitations. We are not able to talk about, moving average for 30 minutes. We will try to summarize it and keep it short. And we believe that doing podcasts would help. So we could cover any specific topic in a podcast and then add it in the product. So yeah, it's one of the things we are doing this year.
Cool, great. My last question to my guest is usually a personal one, and I wanted to ask Francois if Francois is a football fan, and if so, what's Francois's prediction on who will win the UEFA European Championship this year?
Yeah, I'm a big football fan because of my dad. I watched a few games at the Euro. Unfortunately, Belgium is out already. So I would say for the final, I would stand with England. A lot of people in Cyprus will be very happy if England wins.
Very cool. Very cool. Interesting. Let's see.
How about you?
I don't know. I think given the teams that are left, I will probably be rooting for England as well. Francois, well, I wanted to thank you for joining us today and giving us some some of your history, some of your background, and some of the revamped products that you've launched at Traders Education recently and the new verticals as well. We're excited for the next chapter in your evolution. So we want to wish you the best of luck in 2024, and hopefully you and I can catch up soon at an industry conference or an event here in Cyprus.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me again. It was a pleasure talking with you, and looking forward to seeing you again soon.
Yes. Thank you, Francois. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to our latest Finance Feeds podcast episode. For sponsorship opportunities or to become a guest, please email us at info@financefeeds.com.